Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Miss Crystal.
Thank you so much for coming in today. How are you feeling?
Anxious.
You're feeling anxious? Well, this is our fourth session together. So I want you to tell me what's happening that is making you feel anxious.
So, what made me feel anxious yesterday is that we had a math test, and I got stuck on a question, and I didn't get to finish the math test, and I got really anxious because I didn't want my parents to find out.
Really? Well, I can understand how important it is for you to do well on your math test. And I'm going to help you to process and figure out how to calm yourself down when you are taking a test and you get stuck and you feel overwhelmed. And that overwhelmed feeling presents your anxiety, and then that stops you from completing the test. And then you said you get nervous because you don't want your parents to find out that you didn't do so well on your math test. Am I getting that right?
Yes.
Okay. So today during our session, by this being our fourth session, we're going to start to talk about how our thoughts are connected to our actions, our behaviors, okay? Because our thoughts and our ideas, all of those things are connected. So a lot of times what we think is what we believe. That's our feelings, okay? And then what we believe has an effect on the way that we act, all right? That's our actions. So what did you believe when you got stuck on that math question?
I believe that my teacher would be mad, and I had to go to recess for question, and my parents would get a phone call, and they would be mad, and they would punish me.
Okay, so when you couldn't figure the question out, all of these thoughts ran through your mind. Did you stop to think about how to finish the question, or maybe skip the question and move to the next question? Did you think about that? No? Okay, so that's what I want you to try to work on. That's going to be some homework from this session that I will give to you. I want you to try and think about skipping that question that's giving you trouble. Go to the next question and try to finish the test, and then come back to that question. But I'm also going to show you today how to use a relaxation technique, okay, to calm yourself even when you're taking the test. Okay, do you think you would like to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so during the time you're taking the test, we're going to kind of pretend you're taking the test now, okay? And you come up on that question and you can't figure it out. So what do you feel during that time that you can't figure it out and your anxiety sets in? How do you feel?
I feel scared.
You feel scared? What about your heart? What does your heart do? Does it stay the same, or does the beat start to increase?
The beat starts to increase.
So what happens? Can you tell me that again? I didn't hear you.
The beat starts to increase.
Okay, so you get overwhelmed, that feeling you told me in the beginning, and your heart starts to race a little bit. So in that moment when you are taking that test, I want you just to calm yourself, and we're gonna do some deep breathing, okay? And the way that you do that is you take time. You can either close your eyes if you want, or you can just focus on something that's in the room. You can even focus on your paper, but I want you to take a deep breath. So try to do that with me. Breathe in deeply, and we want to feel our belly. We don't want to feel our chest like that. We want to take a deep breath, and then we're going to blow out. Nice and slow. Deep breath. Then you're going to hold it. Now release. One more time. Deep breath. Hold it and release. Now during this time that you're doing your deep breathing, I want you to practice your positive affirmations, those positive speaking points that you have for yourself. Remember, I told you that you speak positive things to yourself. I want you to say to yourself, I can do this test. Okay? I want you to say, I will complete my test. Okay? Let yourself know that you can do this because you can. Okay? I want you to take a deep breath in, breathe in. I can do this. And breathe out.
I can do this.
And when you say that, you're not saying it out loud. You're saying it in your mind, in your quiet space, in your thoughts, where only you can hear your inner voice, okay? So you don't have to say it out loud. I'll say it for you, but I want you to say it in your head, okay? One more time. Deep breath in. I can do this test. Breathe out.
I can do this test.
Okay? And remember, you're not saying it out loud. You're saying it inside your head. I'm just saying it for you so you can be mindful of the process. Okay? So after you've done about 6 to 7 deep breaths and you feel your heart rate slow down, you should, when you take your deep breaths, you should feel your heart rate slow down, and you should have a calmer sense about yourself. Okay? And then at that time, I want you to take a look at your paper and focus on that question for a few more minutes. And if you can't figure it out, I want you to move on to the next question. Okay? And do your best to complete your test. All right? And next session, if you want, session 5, we can have your parents come in and we can teach them some of these breathing techniques so you all can practice them at home together. And then we can also let them know that you are a little worried about their reaction when you don't do so well. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want you to be totally comfortable with the whole process because you can overcome your anxiety. All right? So I want to go back to reinforcing the thought process, okay? So you know that when something happens, after something happens, you start to what? You start to think, and your thoughts turn into something that you believe. And what is that? When you believe something,
You know you can do something.
right? You believe that that's the truth, right? So those truthful feelings, what you believe, can turn into the things you can do in your, when you do something that's called a what?
A movement?
Action.
An action?
Yeah, an action, a movement, all right? So that's very good. I really want you to understand that your thoughts and your feelings control your
Life.
your life. They can control your life. They do. Your thoughts and your feelings control your life, but they also control your that's the A word. They also control your
Action?
say it again, I can't hear you.
Actions?
Yes, your thoughts and your feelings control your
Actions.
actions. Very good. Okay. So how do you feel now with practicing that breathing technique? How do you feel?
Better? I feel better.
You feel better? Does better mean less anxious?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll just continue to build on these practice habits. And you said it was okay for us to join your parents in next session so we can go through a full relaxation technique. And everybody can start to practice that at home so it can become more natural. And when you have those feelings of anxiety, you can always look within yourself. Speak positively to yourself. Okay? So did this session help you?
Yes.
All right. I'm glad that it did, and we're going to give you that homework that we talked about. All right? So continue. Have you been journaling?
A little bit.
A little bit. That's important. You have to really try to journal as much as you can, because that helps us to keep track of your thoughts and to make sure that everything is working together for your best. All right? For the best, outcome for you. All right? But thanks again, Zoe. I really appreciate you coming into session today. Okay? So continue to write down your thoughts, do your journals, and we'll review your homework on next session. Okay?